Hi, I'm standing just north of the University Observatory Quarter, and I'm going to take a quick turn around North Oxford. It's quite a spring-like day, and North Oxford should show that up very nicely because it's so full of trees. I don't think the cherry blossom will be out yet, but I'll have a look. So I'm standing on Woodstock Road by St Bernard's Road, which leads down to Walton Street. That used to be a pub called the Horse and Jockey, run by tied to Morrell's Brewery, but that finished quite a long time ago. And there's a little cluster of shops in so-called Observatory Crescent. Yeah. That's Woodstock Road facing south. That blocky thing is one of the newer extensions to St Anne's College. And that road connects on to Banbury Road. I walked down there when I was videoing the half marathon in October. This bit of land is a mess because of all the construction work. It seems to have taken them about 6 months just to put down this paving. Been cordoned off for ages, and I have to ask, I'm sure it's very nice paving, but it doesn't go very far, and there's no sign that they're going to replace what's beyond the end of it, so I don't quite see the point. Most of the trees are still bare. I decided to come out and do this video because the sun started shining outside where I live. The air felt a little bit warmer. There were a few birds tweeting in the trees, and it seemed a good opportunity to show what almost feels like the beginning of spring here. If you saw a video that I did about walking back along Cricket Lane from Cricket Road from Poundland in December, I mentioned false springs then. Well, this isn't quite a false spring because it's not quite spring-like enough to feel like spring, if you follow me. It's a bit too cold, but it's on the way. That is St Anthony's College. And I really don't know what that metal thing is supposed to be. It's wildly out of place with everything, with all the buildings around it. It looks like an overgrown kitchen air extractor outlet, but I don't think that's what it's meant to be. Maybe it's some form of fire escape. That chap running away from us is wearing a St Edward's t-shirt, which means that he'll be running back to St Edward's School, the boarding school in Summertown. So he's probably got about a bit under a mile to run. Now I'm coming through Church Walk onto North Parade. Regulars and locals will know that there are two parades in Oxford, North Parade and South Parade, which go together with a almost certainly misleading story about the furthest extents of the opposing forces during the English Civil War. Anyway, North Parade is here, South Parade is in Summertown, and North Parade has a more sort of cosy feel to it. I find it more interesting. The first video I did that featured North Parade was on May Day, May the 1st, when they had Morris dancers here at midday. There are two pubs, and the dancers were, well, I think they were drinking at both of them, though not simultaneously. I'd not appreciated before, at least consciously, how these two white painted buildings flank North Parade. That's rather nice. I'm not sure whether the Rose and Crown has been recently repainted. I think it might have. And the brickwork above the restaurant, the Saheb restaurant, is very striking. any new students watching this, here's a handy convenience shop for you. So that's North Parade. This is Banbury Road. I don't know who owns number 81 that I was just pointing at, but number 83 is owned by the Orthodox Church just round the corner. If I think I have the number right, the house of St Gregory and St Macrina. I have a friend who visits from Greece and he sometimes stays there when he comes to Oxford. And here are the houses of Parktown. Many more of them have railings up than used to. That's one, for example. Now that is really greedy. How would it hurt the local residents to allow people from neighbouring streets to come in and get a bit of green space? Oh, that's a nice secluded little house. Number 46. These are the buildings of the Dragon School. With their characteristic dragon-themed minibus. Dragons on board. And this is what most people think of when one says North Oxford. It's these few roads between here and just south of Summertown. I've got a little bit of what I wanted for spring atmosphere, the birds chirping in the trees and a bit of chattering. Sadly, the sun has gone in. Come about a month later, and this road and the roads nearby will probably be full of cherry blossom. I'm obviously a bit too early for that yet. But that is one characteristic feature of this part of Oxford, the air of cherry blossom and affluence. No, it doesn't quite have the right sort of spring-like feel to it yet, though I can see that some of the trees are in bud. I keep mentioning them, but how can you not when they have such prominence around Oxford? the natural home for graduates, and that'll be Wolfson College, over at the end of the road, Linton Road. And Wolfson is indeed a graduate college, founded in the mid-60s, I think. There's a bit of history to that I should look up before commenting on further. I think the original building was somewhere else before anything was built on this site. Northmore Road and St Andrew's Church. That still hasn't been collected. Getting a bit late now. Now, one of these houses, it's either 94 or 96, is, or at least was, used by the priest who runs the Orthodox Church. There are two Orthodox churches. The one I'm talking about is the one that I mentioned on my way up. There used to be just one, but then a schism, as you might call it, arose. The church had run for many years without very much interference from Moscow, while the Soviet Union was still in existence. But once there was more religious freedom, the Moscow Patriarchate started trying to exert control, and that eventually caused the Orthodox Church here to split. So there are now two. One is the one on the end of Canterbury Road down there, and the other is one on the way to Marston Road on the other side of the parks, and I've passed that and remarked on it in the past. One of the first videos I did when I walked through that part of Oxford, I passed an outdoor communion service there. I have to apologise, it's actually rather colder than I thought, and my face is beginning to go numb, so I'm having difficulty speaking, and I think I'm going to end the video shortly. Now I'm getting away from what people think of North Oxford. Of course, this is technically still north, but it won't be looking quite so affluent. St Hugh's College. I talked about how once upon a time there were 5 colleges for girls and the rest for boys. Well, St Hugh's, I don't think I remembered to mention St Hugh's. I could only remember 3 names, but St Hugh's was one of the others. So St Hugh's, St Hilda's, Somerville, St Anne's, I can't remember the 5th. I've commented on this before, but there is just a huge amount of construction work being done along the roads. here's some more of that posh paving, but again, not very much of it, and no sign that it's going to replace the other paving. So again, I have to ask, why bother? That's where I went into North Parade, along Church Walk. This is called Plantation Road, and I believe there actually did used to be plantations round here. A lot of the area, before the houses were built, a lot of the area was devoted to farms and market gardens. And I can't help thinking that in some ways it must have been pretty wonderful to live around here then and have all that fresh food available rather than having to go to Tesco and have it imported from Peru. This is a quaint little road, and it manages to achieve some interesting bends in a small amount of space. There are two Gardener's Arms pubs in Oxford. One of them is in North Parade. The other one is here. And here I come to Walton Street and Kingston Road. This is the ex-party shop, the ex-Frog Party Orange, which still has been left derelict. And I'm going to do some shopping, see if I can find any reductions in the co-op down the road. So this has been me walking around North Oxford and looking for hints of birdsong, cherry blossom, sun and spring. And I don't think I found it yet, because not only my face is going numb now, but so is the rest of me as well. So I'm going to end the video. See you next time.